have family that was in the military, but none of them ever tried or went into special operations. I want to be the first generations in my family and encourage people after me and my family to go into special operations. In basic, my drill sergeants told me about RASP. Falling into AIT, when I had more privileges, I did more research into what RASP was. I volunteered as soon as I could. What piqued my interest in regiment was the culture of accountability. You have to consistently and constantly earn your spot in the regiment, from private to command sergeant major or battalion commander. My name is Private First Class Barr. I graduated RASP 1 month ago, and it all started in one place.
When I came through career RASP, a lot of it was standing on the rocks and ensuring that candidates were administratively ready to go to R1. Now it's become a much more comprehensive program, utilizing the 6 weeks in between each individual R1 class up. We utilize that to evaluate and prepare candidates to attend and pass RASP 1. During that time, we will conduct more team events where candidates have to work in an environment that is deliberately designed to challenge them, both individually and as a team. We also prepare the candidates intellectually. These will include land navigation classes, rucksack packing classes. All of the things we do here are to prepare candidates for what is about to be RASP 1 Phase 1.
Phase 1 is a relentless onslaught of demanding challenges that test a soldier's physical and mental strength under extreme conditions.
Hurry up! Hand over hand! You're gonna hurt yourself!
During RASP, we introduced them to SOCP, the Special Operations Combatives Program. We know that every candidate has not been engaged in hand-to-hand combat, and SOCP provides them with the tools necessary to be successful in a CQB environment. The range of first responder is a point of instruction that the candidates get. It's the assessment of the candidate's ability to quickly stabilize and retrieve a casualty. It is the last point of instruction leading up to the culminating event, which is their most challenging week within the course. And for those that are remaining, they have one final task. If they complete it, they pass on to Phase 2.
Phase 2 is the second phase of RASP 1, where after we've tested their physical assessment in Phase 1, we now start to introduce them to different skills and really start to test their mental capabilities. The first thing that they're introduced to in Phase 2 is a marksmanship program. For a lot of these candidates, it's the first time they have ever held a pistol, so we really hone in on their pistol skills, as well as touch on basic rifle marksmanship, and even more advanced techniques that they're going to need to know to become a ranger. Also in Phase 2, we introduce them to a couple of skills that increases the lethality as well as mobility on the battlefield. And lastly, before graduation, we bring them into the shoot house. The shoot house is a culminating event between Phase 1 and Phase 2, specifically in the combatives program. But not only are we testing their combatives capabilities, we also want to see the room clearing capabilities, the weapons manipulations, and to see if they have the aggression that it takes to become a ranger.
Your mission is to subscribe and beat feet to the next video. Attention! Your mission is to subscribe and beat feet to the next video. Why haven't you done it yet?
Hello, I'm Sergeant Sherry. I'm with A Company 187. Right here, we're celebrating the D Series, which is a series of competitions that we'll be doing here at Fort Drum. It dates back and celebrates what our brave men did at 10th Mountain back at Camp Hale, Colorado, back in late March of 1944. Right now, they did it with a 90-pound rucksack. We have approximately, I'd say about 65, maybe 70 pounds of that, but we're going to get loaded up with ammo later on. So we'll reach that 90 pounds for sure later today. So let's first start off with their skis. We got 2 sets of skis that we'll end up using for cross-country training purposes. There'll be a biathlon event later on. where we'll ski up to each target and then shoot it with our M4s. That also comes equipped with 2 of our ski poles as well. Now here at Fort Drum, we only have about 2 feet of snow on the ground right now. Back when they did it originally in 1944, there was about 8 feet of snow and temperatures reached to negative 30 degrees. Thank God it's a little bit warmer than that today. So in addition to our skis, we got a nice warm trigger finger mittens and also our snowshoes. So we'll use these to pack down the snow and traverse all the terrain that we need to get through throughout the course of this D series. Can't go anywhere without your water source, so we have our Camelback on top. And now we get into the nitty-gritty of it all. So in our sustainment pouches, we got our poncho, wet wipes because you never know when you're going to need them, spare gloves, one of our MREs, an extra neck gaiter because as we all know in the Army, 1 is none, 2 is 1. We got our level 6 Equix over here. This is a, we call it our wet weather tops, but what this does is it acts as a really nice tight seal around the rest of our clothes. So not only is it waterproof, but it keeps in all the extra body heat that we need when it starts to drop even colder. They say tonight's gonna get around 4 degrees. We'll see how cold that really is. Other sustainment pouch, we got a tarp, some fat wood, and dryer lint when we have to start a fire. We're all good to go with that. And of course, our specialized winter MREs. So these are all dehydrated meals. So these winter MREs are all dehydrated meals. So we'll have to add boiling water to these in order to not only heat them up so it heats up our internal core temperature, but also it allows us to pack more calories in and pack more meals once they're dehydrated, and then once the water is added to it, they expand in volume and also caloric intake. So we have 2 of these. This is scrambled eggs. We'll see how Army eggs compare to real eggs. I don't know. So right now you kind of see this, I'm rocking this Christmas Story Ralphie kind of a costume that's kind of stuck in our hands, but we do this though in order to do a fast fit to take our gloves off, drop them so we can either use our hands manually or manipulate different gloves or our weapon systems without having to lose where our gloves go. And it's just 550 cord that strings around the back of our top around to the other side. So we can drop these off and then just get in with it. We got extra winter goggles over here. And these are helpful when you're going through any kind of snow or when the winds start to pick up. We got the dark lenses here. That helps with snow blindness, and that's actually a huge injury that can happen in these nasty terrains. The sun gets so bright, it bounces and reflects off that white snow to the point where you just can't see anything. And eventually it will burn your eyes, and it can lead to permanent damage. But we also have our regular, typical APEL iPro, because it's the Army and you always need that with you. Again, no, Ziploc bags are not part of the packing list, but they keep things from getting snow inside and they insulate just a little bit more. So we've got extra gloves, a spare pair of extra socks that's not inside the actual ruck, it's in another sustainment pouch, because just in case anything happens, you always want your feet to be nice and warm. We got another balaclava and a beanie. So a balaclava kind of looks like just a regular old face mask that goes all around your face. Extra beanie again because 2 is 1 and 1 equals none. That's what we got for in here. Okay, we're going to dive now into the deeper parts. You'll notice that we have 2 different bags around this. We have one contractor bag versus our regular Army issued wet weather bag. So we do this just because it's an extra layer of insulation. Sometimes the insulation and the water repellents on these wet weather bags don't always work. Contractor bags are normally a fail-safe. We learned this in Ranger School, but it creates just a better seal and makes sure that your gear is good to go. Because the worst thing that can happen is you get snow inside and everything starts to melt and then you end up with wetness. So some creature comfort items. We got a balaclava, not a balaclava, just a little shamag, just scarf, just to wrap around for late at night, keeping that extra body heat. And of course, where would we be without extra boots? Again, extra insulating gloves to keep your hands warm. Toiletry kits, toothpaste because you really want clean teeth out there. Dental hygiene is incredibly important. That's just not a plug for our dentists on post. That's actually a plug because we're going to be sharing a 10-man tent, and 10 guys in that tent without brushing their teeth, you're going to want to brush your teeth. There's also a little bit of deodorant in there too because once again, 10 guys in a tent, you're going to want that. But our ACH for when we shoot and when we ski, and of course, wet wipes. Probably the most important thing in our pack list is going to be our company flag. So a little special shout out and tradition, we are ACO 187, and 187 was part of the original group and battalion when the 10th was originally formed. So the 10th started originally at Fort Lewis, and then later on, when the Mountain Training Center started happening at Camp Hale, Colorado, they moved everyone from Lewis that was skiing out there in Mount Rainier, they moved them all the way back down to Camp Hale, and the 87th was actually one of the original units there. You needed 3 letters of recommendation to get in part of that unit right there. You needed something from either a ski patrol master, a senator, either a congressman, pretty much saying that you were a fit individual, you had outdoor alpine skills, whether it be skiing or mountain climbing, and you also needed one just to make sure that you were a stand-up individual. So knowing those 3 letters of recommendation, that got you in what was known as the 87th. And it's proud to be part of that lineage that dates back all the way back into the 1940s. So we also have silk weights right here because it's a performance top. What it does, it keeps you warm, it acts as a base layer, and it wicks all the moisture away from you so you can still sweat, but you'll stay relatively dry and not get hypothermia. Insoles, because if your boots start to get a little bit wet and you don't want to put on the other dry set of boots, you can just put a new set of insoles in your boots and you're good to go. Again, extra socks, always extra socks. Foot hygiene is one of the most important things you can have out there. We got some extra ear pro right in there. And of course, a windbreaker jacket. There's multiple layers of clothing that we have. They go from level 1 all the way up to level 6. And right now, this is another level that we have. You don't really need it because of all the levels we have, but depending on your discretion and what you do and how bad the weather gets, it always helps to have extra layers of clothes. Now, as you can see, these are, again, all wrapped in Ziploc bags. The importance of those Ziploc bags, again, is to keep everything, A, compact in your ruck, but also dry. I cannot harp on that enough. This is our waffle top and our waffle bottoms. As you can see, it's knit. It's a little bit better than thermal underwear that you have, but it's long johns and long john top, and it's a waffle knit. And as that works, it also creates a better base of insulation on your skin, so you can trap in more body heat and survive the colder elements a little bit better. So we have bottoms for that. We also have a top layer for that. And again, we have, just as we have our over whites here, we have an over white top in case we need that as too. Now that's only half of the Mary Poppins bag that we have right now, but it just keeps going. Also over here on the side, we have another sustainment pouch for any time we would need a multi-tool, like a Gerber or a Leatherman. No, we're not necessarily sponsoring them, but these are, I've had for many years, so that's what we keep with me. A lot of guys, they get sentimental when they go out to doing field events. So what they'll do is they'll bring something with them that they've had for a while that brought them good luck. This one got me through swamps in Florida for the Ranger School phase, so I've kind of kept it with me for every field event that we've always had. So we'll keep other items on us like protractors for land nav. We'll also keep compasses on us as well. Some of the other neat tricks that we'll have on us, we'll keep a set of we call Ranger beads, and we'll use these to mark distances everywhere we go. And in case you're not familiar with these Ranger beads, every 100 meters or so, you're going to mark off one of these guys down. And that allows you to keep track of your distances. So finally, when you reach 1 full kilometer, you can slide down a top bead. And that just helps you keep track, especially when you're doing longer distances and you have to book it from one end all the way to the other. It's an easy way to keep track as opposed to just wandering aimlessly in the snow, like many of us will end up doing today, undoubtedly so. There's 2 different things I'm wearing around my neck right now. I've got a headlamp on here that has a red lens and a regular white lens. We keep it around our necks, some of us do, just so it's, A, we don't have to reach in our bags later on, and we always know where it's at. Also, if we need to, we can easily slide it up to our heads if needs be. The other thing that's part of this, our pack list, it's called an Arctic necklace. So it'll have a lighter right here, and we used a butane fuel because it's a lower freezing point on this one and it helps start fires better. Also, we have our chapstick because A, it's important, your lips will get chapped, your cheeks will also get chapped as well, and it's important to make sure that your skin doesn't get windburned while you're out there because that could also lead to frostbite, which leads to injury and then takes us out not only of this competition, but real world scenario, takes us out of the fight. And we want to make sure that we're ready to go. Back in the 40s when they were doing the D series, the soldiers, after surviving weeks on end out there in the harsh elements of Colorado. They wondered how hard could combat be, being that they just survived over that amount of elements with the snow, with the ice, with all the simulations that they went through. They thought, how hard could going to Italy be if we could survive the D series? And they actually said after they attacked Riva Ridge and Mount Belvedere and took that, they realized that they wouldn't have been able to do that if it weren't for the D series. So we're happy to be part of this tradition, and we're happy to be part of this training because this will prepare us for other elements that will happen along our trail here. And we always pack a few other creature comfort items, whether it be some hot hands, those little thermal packs that we can wrap up, or we always bring a couple of extra treats. In the Army world, we call these lickies and chewies, but truthfully, when you get out in the middle of the woods and you're low on calories and you don't want to get into your MRE, sometimes a little protein cookie or protein bar goes a long way. Later today, one of our events is going to be actually boiling water out of a metal canteen cup. So good thing we cleaned these out beforehand. We'll boil water out of this. We'll use it to heat up our MREs, and then we'll have a nice little dessert later on. It's a lot different than how they did this back in the Pando Valley back in the 40s. So that's my ruck for the day, and for the rest of the 24 hours, I'm Sergeant Sherry with ACO 187 here at Fort Drum, and I'll see you at GoArmy.com.
Hi, we're with the Danielle Institute for Veterans and Military Families. We got our start in 2006 with the launching of the Entrepreneurship Bootcamp Veterans Program. We have 5 floors of operation, being career training, higher education, community service, entrepreneurship, and research. Being that we operate out of Syracuse University, we get all the benefits of being attached to an R1 institute. If you're a transitioning serviceman or woman, probably familiar with our Boost to Business program, which we operate Oconus, and I'm on the entrepreneurship team. So if you're ever looking to own a business, you can go on our website, ivmfsyracuse.edu, for more information.
Hi, we are the Tutor.com for U.S. Military Families program. We are a DoD-funded program, and we provide no-cost tutoring, homework help, test prep, and lots more to all military families. That's anyone serving in any capacity, active duty, guard, reserve, and also DoD civilians and all dependents. So our service is available kindergarten all the way through college. So service members can use it, spouses can use it, kids can use it. We have about 4,000 tutors that are available in a virtual classroom 24/7, and we can assist in over 150 subjects. And our tutors are all paid, subject matter experts, background checked, and they go through a very rigorous onboarding process. So it's a safe and secure place for family members and service members to get help with all of their academic stuff. So you can reach us, you can find us at tutor.com/military. That's where you can create an account. And you can also, if you have any questions, feel free to email us at militaryteam@tutor.com.
At the Travis Mills Foundation, we support our post-9/11 recalibrated veterans and their families through various programs where we really focus on any of their mental and physical needs, and through that they get to get much-needed rest and relaxation and reconnection with their families. You can find us and more information about us at the travismillsfoundation.org. And if you or anyone you know that wants to be a part of our family program or our PATH program, you can apply right there on our website.
This is the Gary Sinise Foundation booth at AUSA. Our foundation is dedicated to serving the military, veterans, first responders, their families, families of the fallen, and those in need. Today you can come by the table and learn about the wide range of services that the Gary Sinise Foundation offers, everything from mortgage-free smart homes for our nation's most severely wounded to direct financial assistance to those in need. Please check us out at www.garysinisefoundation.org. Thank you.
Good afternoon, I'm Randall Holmes with Military One Source. Military One Source are a Department of Defense funded program, all free for service members and spouses, their kids to use throughout their careers and up to 365 days after service as well. Some things that we have that can provide value to service members and family members that they can either access for free through our website. We have free health and wellness coaching. We also have free confidential 9-minute counseling for stress, family counseling, and also for grief and loss. And we also have free language translation services of official documents written in foreign language. To access this resource, all a service member or family member has to do is go to our website at military1source.mil to use our secure online chat feature, or they can dial up our 800 number at 800-342-9647, and we're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Thank you very much.
I work for Blue Cross Blue Shield, and I'm here representing the FedVid program. Our mission is to let as many uniformed service members know, their families and retirees of their services, that they can get dental and vision. And you can go to our website at bluecrossblueshieldmvp.com.
Hi, we are United Through Reading. We're a 35-year-old nonprofit organization that supports military and veteran families by keeping them connected through shared story time. We do that through a few different means. We ensure that our service members and veterans can be video recorded reading books to the kids in their lives, and then we make sure that recording in the book is sent home to the child for them to follow along. We do this on military installations, within military units, at our pop-up events, as well as on our app. Our app is available to any service member or veteran to use for absolutely no dollars. And for every recording they make on the app, they can receive a book sent to the child so the child can follow along. So it's a great way to build up their story time, their library, and stay connected. You can find us and all of our literacy resources at unitedthroughreading.org.
Good morning. Richard Hayes. I'm the president of Vet Jobs and also on the board of Military Spouse Jobs. We exist to create an ecosystem to help military members, past and present, and their families find productive careers. We offer many services. We're worldwide. We've been around for 20 years. In July, we hit our 100,000th placement of veterans and family members in productive employment. And how we work is really quite simply. Come visit us at vetjobs.org or militaryspousejobs.org. You register. Within 40 hours, we'll contact you. And we'll ask you 3 simple questions to get started. What do you want to do? Where do you want to do it? Who do you want to do it for? And we'll work with you to help you think through that. And we'll upskill you, retrain you, reskill you, rebrand you, and then we'll go about finding you the career and the job you want, where you want. So that's what we've been doing for 20 years, and look forward to having you come see our website and come leverage the great services. And best of all, we do not charge anybody for our services, not the employers, nor the candidates, spouses, military members. How do we do that? Through the great foundations and corporations that find our mission compelling and love the effectiveness of what we do.
I'm Becky Porter from the Military Child Education Coalition, MSEC. MSEC's an organization that has been around for 26 years, helping military-connected students transition from one school to another as they move around the world. One of the programs that we have at MSEC is our Military Student Consultant. That's a call line that anybody can access from anywhere in the world when they have an educating-related issue that they need assistance with. We can connect you to a school liaison officer, to a school that your child is going to go to, or just help a parent figure out how to help their child. If you want to get in touch with the Military Student Consultant or with anyone at MSEC, our website is militarychild.org.
Good morning. I am Donna Green with the American Red Cross, and our mission is to prevent and alleviate human suffering in the face of emergencies by mobilizing the power of volunteers and the generosity of donors. One of the resources that we have for our military, active duty, veterans, and families are resources in partnership with aid societies in helping service members come home from an emergency due to an illness or death of a family member. We also provide resources in the form of giving agencies that can help veterans with financial assistance for bills and housing issues. You can reach us through redcross.org, and everything that is provided is on that base page.
We are Telemind, a military community health resource for the entire military community, spouses, veterans, active active duty, etc. We utilize both TRICARE and VA benefits, along outside insurance companies as well. Please contact me with any questions or comments at meredithseiler at MESIELLER@telemine.com. Thanks so much.
So Armed Services YMCA is an organization that supports junior enlisted military members and families from each of the branches of the Armed Services, including the Coast Guard. And we are located in 13 different spots across the country around major military installations, including 7 Army installations right now. We have programs that provide things like childcare, mentoring programs for military youth, parenting programs, food support programs, and other things that just provide resilience and support to those junior enlisted members and their families, again, at 13 different branches across the country. We have other resources that we like to target in each individual branch based on the needs there. And if you want to learn more about Armed Services YMCA, you can always go to www.asymca.org.
Hi, my name is Casey McGowan with the Military Spouse Employment Partnership. We are an employment partnership that aims to connect organizations that wish to recruit, hire, promote, and retain military spouse talent with career-ready military spouses. Since our organization's inception in 2011, we have over 850 partner organizations and nonprofit organizations that work with us. And to date, we've hired over 340,000 military spouses. To learn more about our resources, you can go to msebjobs.militaryonesource.mil, or you can learn about us with the broader SECO program, the Spouse Education and Career Opportunities. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Vicki Johnson with Operation Gratitude. We're a national nonprofit that provides care packages to our military and first responders. We started 21 years ago. We packed over 4 million care packages supporting those who serve our country. We have programs supporting deployed troops, our veterans, our wounded heroes and caregivers. We also have a program for our military children. We have battalion buddies that we send to the children whose moms and dads are deployed. We have a military spouse program. We do all of that through bringing volunteers together across the country who help us write letters to go in the care packages, make the paracord bracelets, and actually assemble and distribute those care packages. To learn more, go to OperationGratitude.com.
We are a Strategy Assistance Program for Survivors, also known as TAPS. So we comfort and help military families who lost a loved one regardless of their avenue of death. We provide all kinds of resources, whether it's casework, helping you navigate the VA, whether it's financial assistance that you may need, also a peer-to-peer network, so we help people from peer-to-peer aspects. We provide all kinds of resources and assistance that you may need whenever possible, whether it's helping you through the grieving process, whether it's sending you to seminars all across the United States. And you can find us at taps.org, or you can call our 1-800 number.
Hello, I'm Mike Schlitz. I'm an ambassador for the Robert Irvine Foundation. We're here at AUSA supporting our community. Robert Irvine is a chef who served in the Royal Navy, got his American citizenship, and understands the service and commitment to giving back. And he does that by community engagement, serving heroes meals through breaking bread, bringing unit members back together with Reuniting the Brave, and our new initiative, Facing the Fight with Suicide Prevention. We also provide mobility devices. If you'd like to learn more about the Robert Irvine Foundation, please visit us at therobertirvinefoundation.org to learn more about what we're doing to support our veterans, first responders, their families, and our families of the fallen.
Hi there, I'm with Hiring Our Heroes. Our mission is to connect the military community with employers and meaningful employment opportunities, as well as diversifying the workforce. You can find us at hiringourheroes.org or on most socials at Hiring Our Heroes.
Good morning, I'm Tom Landemeyer, President and CEO of Homes for Our Troops. We're a national nonprofit in Taunton, Massachusetts, but our reach is all across the country. Our mission is to build specially adapted custom homes across the country and then donate them to the most severely injured post-9/11 veterans to enable them to rebuild their lives. We began in 2004 and just recently donated our 400th home down in Texas, and we built in 45 states. To find out whether or not we're building in your area or to how you can help Homes for Our Troops and our mission, please look us up on our website at hfotusa.org.
Hello everyone, my name is Devin McTavish on behalf of the USO. Thank you for watching this and listening to this. This is Carla Garcia, part of our Global Council Relations team. And we here at the USO, our mission is to enhance the well-being of service members and their families. And we do that through a number of different programs where we actually go out and support them where they are. So wherever service members go, that's where we go, including 250 locations worldwide. Now when it comes to families, we obviously need to make sure that they are taken care of while their spouses are serving abroad. And we do that through a number of different programs, including one of my favorite, a reading program.
Yes, and the USO Canine program is brand new, and that supports our service members around the globe with therapy dogs and working with our community partners. We also have our USO centers, which are the foundation of what we provide as well, where service members and their families can expect to enjoy a snack, terrific Wi-Fi, games, comfortable seats and chairs, and a place where they can call home.
It's a little respite from the stresses of daily life. So appreciate you listening to this, and thank you for all the support the DoD and everyone else provides at USO.
And for more information, USO.org.
My name is Delonte Green, Regional Director of Military Relations with the Barry Robinson Center. The Barry Robinson Center is a nonprofit mental and behavioral health residential treatment facility that exclusively serves military-connected adolescents ages 11 to 17. We're located down in Norfolk, Virginia. However, we work with military kiddos from all over the country. We work with 48 different states and 7 different countries. While residents are with us, they will receive individual therapy, group therapy, as well as 5.5 hours of school while with us. If you want to learn a little bit more about our program, you can always go to www.barryrobinson.org.
Hello, this is the Army Fisher House program. For the Army, we have 17 houses at 11 locations around the world. Fisher Houses are military comfort homes, and anywhere we have a really big military hospital, we'll have a Fisher House to support the family while their loved one is recovering. The mission of the Fisher House is to provide comfort and caring support to military families around the world. We're so thankful to also have Jenny Hall from the Fisher House Foundation here, and they're on their way to building the 100th house to celebrate and support all military families and VAs around the world.
As Kate said, we're on the road to 100 houses and continuing to grow beyond that. In addition to Fisher Houses, we also offer some additional programs called Hero Miles, Hotels for Heroes, Scholarships for Military Children, and the Fisher Service Award, which is a grant program. So lots of exciting things happening at the Fisher House.
And the website that you can reach out to us is fisherhouse.org.
Hello, I'm here to tell you about Club Beyond. And Club Beyond has been walking with the teenage children of active duty military families since 1980. And Club Beyond is where military teens belong. Our mission statement is to celebrate life with military teens, to introduce them to the life giver, and to help them be more like him. Our organization is present on 41 different military installations. 31 of those are Army installations. The rest are of Air Force, Navy, and Marine Corps installations. And the resources we provide are weekly activities for military teams, summer camps, and at Joint Base Lewis McChord and Fort Cavazos, we offer military family camps each summer where military families can go to a week of summer camp at a very reduced price. And our contact information is www.clubbeyond.org, and all of our social media information and other resources are located on that website. Thank you.
I'm Holly Vega. This is Military Heart Matters. We help the hearts that serve, and our mission is to educate, give resources, and to support our heart community. Any of our families that are veterans, active duty, and their children. We provide different programs like scholarships. We have the Supernova program. That program allows us to be able to give back in the sense of a stroller, a medical stroller, or a medical materials that are not provided through TRICARE or our DoD system. And you can find us on everything, Instagram, Facebook, we have Twitter, maybe one day we'll have TikTok.
Soldiers, thanks for watching. If you like this video, continue to watch us and click subscribe.
Here at the Future Soldier Prep course, it has been great having a second chance in the Army. Joining the Army, I mean, it's been my dream since I've been a little kid. Actually witnessing it is like one of the best things you can ever ask for.
Welcome to the Future Soldier Prep course. This is the Academic Skills program. Let's take a look around. So initially when we pick up the trainees downstairs, when we get them on Friday, we do kind of the structured and discipline pickup. Saturday morning we do a Dante's pre-assessment, which kind of lets them know their areas of weaknesses. It also builds them kind of a curriculum to study for the 3 weeks they're here. Then they'll do a pre-test 1 the next Saturday, and then the final pre-test. But we have a pretty good baseline of where we kind of guess they'll score. So this is one of our first classrooms here, and then you can kind of see how the instructors, they take different approaches, but we cover the same material. So we have civilian instructors that teach. When I came in the Army, those Cat 4s, the people that didn't pass, they never got the opportunity for this. So I think one of the things that people don't realize, especially across the Army, because of just the fact that these kids' scores don't necessarily dictate their ability to learn, I think providing them structure, safety, and then your basic human needs, right? Food, shelter, security. You'll see a lot of these trainees, we're getting some in the 80th percentile, the 90th percentile. So these trainees are basically on their study day, so they go through and kind of touch up on the things that they want before test day tomorrow. So it's individual and group study, it just depends on what they want to do. Some have their tablets, their workbooks, whatever they want to use to kind of just work on those few final details before they go in there.
When somebody need help, the class really, they come together, work on the board. If it's on the board, we need to write it on our paper. So like when we're in class, we work together. When we're in the bays, we work together. And when we don't understand something and we know somebody else that understands it, we go ask them and stuff like that. I just felt like it was a good opportunity for me to get my distractions out the way and just focus on the test. Tomorrow when I pass this ASVAB, I'm gonna feel real excited. It's gonna be a lot of relief. It's gonna be a lot of everything that I work for, everything that I really put in for it. I'm gonna take that into basic training. I'm gonna keep going with it.
So I'll tell you a secret from what I've learned, and I'll tell a lot of you guys this tomorrow. The people that go in there that smoke this thing in an hour and 20 minutes and come back out traditionally do not pass. Okay? The ones that take their time you have plenty of time to pass the test, right? But you need to take your time and be sure what you're going to answer.
If we pass, we pick our jobs.
Yes.
How likely am I to get an leave or don't handle?
It depends on your line scores and what's available. I've seen both. Both of them I've seen happen here. So it is totally likely. It just depends on your line scores and availability. So what will happen, you guys will test tomorrow. We're going to march back. You'll eat lunch. I will give you guys your test results, and then we immediately walk over to start renegotiation. All right, trainees, listen up. You guys better figure this stuff out quick. All right, every one of you out here right now will be moving on to basic training. All right, congratulations. You guys need to take care of yourselves now. Practice standards and discipline and learn this stuff because you're getting ready to move on. Everybody understand? Yes,
And we just found out that we passed the ASVAB.
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling excited. I'm ready to move on. Life is all about steps. You have to crawl before you can walk. I had a couple tears of joy, but it was exciting. It was like I feel like I could do anything at the moment. Like so much joy, so much excitement is going through my body.
It is an amazing program. It has definitely built me up. It built me up on the physical side and the educational side.
It also helps you build your motivation and your self-discipline. So at basic, you have to have the utmost self-discipline, and here they instill it in you, and I'm really happy about that because I know Cinnamon and us,
right after we get those breaks in classes, we would do push-ups, we'd do sit-ups, we'd do something to just keep going. If anything, thank you All Night program for giving me the emotional, physical, and motivated support to go to basic training.
Welcome to the one and the only United States Army Drill Sergeant Academy. Throughout the next 9 weeks, your drill sergeant leaders will coach, teach, train, and mentor you on every aspect to become a drill sergeant in the United States Army by teaching the core tenets of basic combat training consisting of physical readiness training, drill ceremonies, rifle marksmanship, and warrior tasks and battle drills. Upon your successful completion of these tasks, you will then, only then, hold the honor of turning civilians into soldiers while being known as the United States Army Drill Sergeant. You'll be awarded the campaign hat or the drill sergeant hat, special qualification identifier of X-ray that of a drill sergeant, and the drill sergeant identification badge. The drill sergeant hat is temporary, but the drill sergeant identification badge remains with you forever after your successful tour and tenure successfully on the trail as the United States Army Drill Sergeant. You, operating as a member of a team, is the best way to conquer this academically challenging, mentally demanding, physically demanding, yet rewarding course. Drill Sergeants, you should be prepared for the United States Army Drill Sergeant Academy. Why? Because you're all non-commissioned officers, the backbone of the Army. Drill Sergeants, your strength will be tested both mentally and physically through your drill sergeant leaders. They're the top 0.01% of those non-commissioned officers that have been paneled by a board of nominative command sergeants majors across all centers of excellence who then select them to serve as drill sergeant leaders. Drill sergeants, you will treat my drill sergeant leaders with the highest degree of dignity and respect, for they have earned their place as drill sergeant leaders and will expect nothing less than that of a non-commissioned officer. With that, drill sergeants, I can promise, which is a combination of promise and guarantee, that they will do the same for you. The torch burning brightly in the center above all else symbolizes liberty, drill sergeants. Only you determine how bright that torch will remain throughout your next 9 weeks to your devotion to duty and commitment to excellence. Last but not least, drill sergeants, there are 3 words, 3 distinct words inscribed on the scroll at the bottom of the drill sergeant identification badge that drill sergeants past and present and you will hold near and dear at the end of this rewarding course. This will defend.
So, you're considering your options for the future and thinking about the Army, but you want to know what's in it for me. Well, in this Army 101, we will tell you exactly what benefits every soldier receives when they enlist or commission. Joining the Army is unlike any other option because there are benefits soldiers receive that you won't find anywhere else. There are many benefits that both soldiers and veterans receive, so we'll only mention some of the most common in this video. It's a common myth that the Army benefits and pay are not competitive with the civilian sector. First, let's look at pay. A career as a soldier is one of the most stable career choices someone can make. All soldiers receive a guaranteed paycheck twice a month based on their rank and the number of years they've been in service. As you progress in rank and time in service, the more money you will earn. This pay can also increase annually through congressional pay raises. In addition to base pay, soldiers also receive tax-free allowances for housing and food. Depending on your job or specialization, you may receive special pay in addition to your base salary. There are even several types of pay for hardship, hazardous duty, and special qualifications. Next, let's talk bonuses. Selective jobs can offer enlistment bonuses as soon as you first sign up or give a bonus if you decide to re-enlist. These amounts will vary depending on the critical need for the job at the time. Soldiers receive 30 days of vacation with pay per year. They also don't work on federal holidays under normal conditions. If a soldier has earned more than 60 days of paid leave, they must use the excess days or lose them by the end of the fiscal year. Whether it's a short or long trip, you can go on vacation and fully enjoy your time off while still receiving your salary and other allowances that are due to you. If you're a new parent, the Army also provides 12 weeks of paternal leave. This applies to new birth parents, non-birth parents, adoptive parents, and eligible foster parents. New mothers also receive up to 6 weeks of convalescent leave to recover from childbirth. Going into the Army does not deprive you of the chance for a college education. The Army can help pay for college or pay off college loans. The Tuition Assistance Program provides up to $4,000 a year. This can be up to 16 credit hours per year with a cap of $250 per credit hour towards college tuition. This is available to soldiers on active duty after completing AIT and becoming MOS qualified. The Army also has the Post 9/11 GI Bill and Montgomery GI Bill. These programs cover 100% tuition and fees for 36 academic months and include a monthly housing allowance and annual book stipend benefit. These bills can pay for college, technical training, job certification, on-the-job and apprenticeship training, special licensing programs, and more. You also have the option to transfer your GI Bill to your family members. Finally, the Loan Repayment Program, which caps at $65,000, and the Student Loan Repayment Program, which caps at $50,000, are two additional educational benefits available to soldiers and can be enlistment incentive for recruits. The Federal Student Loan Forgiveness Program is a benefit that eliminates up to $65,000 in existing student loan debt. The Army generally provides room and board to new soldiers in the form of on-post barracks and dining facilities, all at no charge to the soldiers. Army housing varies and is generally provided based on rank, location, and family situation. Soldiers and their families live in well-designed and modern on-base housing communities that emulate what civilian communities offer, including schools, church facilities, gyms, libraries, banks, commissaries, theaters, restaurants, shopping, and many other community services. When it's time to move, the Army pays for that too. Whether moving across the country or the world, the Army will pack up and ship your home goods and vehicles at no cost to the soldier. For soldiers who want to buy their home, the VA Home Loan Program offers competitive interest rates and allows reduced to zero down payments for soldiers and veterans. The Army provides soldiers the best health care possible by providing hospitals, clinics, and dental services for active duty personnel and their families on or near most Army installations. For soldiers not near an Army hospital, rest easy knowing that you are fully covered with TRICARE Prime. Active duty service members will never pay out of pocket for any type of care within the network for this comprehensive medical insurance program. TRICARE also offers several plans that cover service members and their immediate family members at competitive rates. Active duty soldiers are automatically signed up for service members' group life insurance when they enlist and are eligible for packages between $50,000 to $500,000 in affordable life insurance. There are many other benefits to soldiers ranging from access to military exchanges and commissaries, child care and youth service facilities, worldwide travel, financial assistance in emergencies, nationwide military discounts, the blended retirement system, a multitude of soldier services, and countless other benefits that open up to you as a veteran through the Department of Veterans Affairs. Perhaps the greatest benefit of all is the experience of service. Through service, you learn self-discipline, earn respect, and demonstrate work ethic. The experience, training, and leadership skills you earn in the Army are exactly what employers seek, but that's just an additional benefit. A feeling of patriotism, sense of duty, honor, selfless service, and purpose that can be gained only through the Army are some of the sentiments that veterans and soldiers share. All this, plus leadership skills, doing work that matters, camaraderie, and accomplishments are just some of the intangibles that are perhaps the most rewarding benefit of all. So now you know what's in it for you. What are you waiting for? Visit GoArmy.com and start your journey today. Have you ever wondered what it's like having a career in medicine or the medical field? Maybe you're already in the medical field and are curious how to get more out of your medical career. Well then, you've come to the right place. The U.S. Army Medical Department is among the largest comprehensive healthcare systems in the country. It serves soldiers, their families, military retirees, and their community. Army medical experts, to include physicians, nurses, researchers, and technicians, often use and pioneer the most sophisticated medical technologies and latest treatment modalities. The Army Medical Command is composed of 8 corps: Army Medical Corps, Medical Service Corps, Medical Specialist Corps, Veterinary Corps, Army Nurse Corps, and Army Dental Corps, Enlisted Corps, and the Civilian Corps. Each medical corps has specific functions to build a total integral Army medicine team to provide the expertise both near and far to maintain the U.S. Army's high standards in combat-ready care. The Army Medical Corps contains over 40 specialties, from internal medicine and neurosurgery to pathology, anesthesiology, and psychiatry. Army Medical Corps physicians practice in 3 main areas: operational medicine, clinical medicine, and research medicine. The Medical Service Corps is the most diverse branch of the U.S. Army. This corps is home to medical administrative, scientific, and provider specialties, from direct patient care to management of the U.S. Army's health service system. Disciplines include behavioral sciences, health services, laboratory sciences, optometry, pharmacy, podiatry, and preventative medicine. Next, we have the Medical Specialist Corps, where there are 4 distinct specialties to provide complete care through the day-to-day wellness, recovery, and increased quality care, and include physical therapists, occupational therapists, clinical dietitians, and physician assistants. The Veterinary Corps conducts and oversees all Department of Defense veterinary service activities. Army Veterinary Corps officers are responsible for preventing contagious and zoonotic diseases, providing care to military working dogs, caring for ceremonial horses, treating family pets, and even supporting human-animal support programs at military hospitals. The Army Nurse Corps represents more than 11,000 soldiers dedicated to providing high-tech, quality health care for military personnel, their families, and military retirees all over the world. They support humanitarian missions and respond to natural disasters, experiences unmatched as a civilian nurse. The Army Nurse Corps has 12 different specialties, providing continuous medicine to our families, soldiers, and retirees from the emergency room to the operating room, through critical care, and across the hospital. The Army Dental Corps teaches more residents than any other institution in the country. It maintains modern dental facilities both in the U.S. and abroad. The Army's specialty residency programs produce graduates regularly scoring in the top 95th percentile. The Army Dental Corps offers 10 specialties, taking you from the teeth to the forensics in dentistry. The Army Medicine's Enlisted Corps is made up of 21 specialties. These specialties often translate to or beyond the military professional equivalent. The Enlisted Corps is critical to the Army's success, as they vastly outnumber all the other medical corps and are often where their soldier brethren are. They are medical professionals who provide wellness care, pre-hospital care, and care all the way through recovery. It is the second oldest corps in Army medicine, established to ensure timely care in any environment. As a member of the Army healthcare team, you'll receive benefits that you won't be able to get in a civilian career. Feel inspired with great case diversity and over 40,000 visits coming into the U.S. Army military treatment facilities and across our installations around the world every day. Travel abroad to provide medicine to and work with allied nations. See and study diseases, injuries, and illnesses that are not usually encountered in the civilian sector. Practice medicine as a team, for a team, with fewer limitations by treating patients not on their ability to pay, but by the treatment you see necessary. The U.S. Army Medical Department is one of the few places in the world where comprehensive patient care is the top priority. This comprehensive patient care is achieved through investing in the medical professionals at every level across the force. For example, the Army will fund medical school for those aspiring to serve through the U.S. Army's Health Professions Scholarship Program. You can graduate from medical school debt-free, earn $2,400 monthly allowance or more, and receive a $20,000 sign-on bonus. These benefits are offered in exchange for your commitment to serve as an Army medicine team member. This is a team integrated across the U.S. Army, where you'll foster health and strength through caring for the well-being of America's Army at home and abroad. So whether you're looking to become a paramedic, nurse, doctor, or other medical profession, or you already are well into your journey, the U.S. Army Medical Command has something for you. Enjoy the deep satisfaction of performing an important service for your country. Make not only a profound difference on the lives of soldiers in the Army, but in the lives of their families, friends, and the general public. Welcome to U.S. Army Ranks Part 3. We're talking about officer ranks. Commissioned officers are the managers, problem solvers, key influencers, and planners who lead enlisted soldiers in all situations. They plan missions, give orders, and assign soldiers tasks. There are 12 officer ranks. Let's take a look. Company grade officers hold the most junior roles among commissioned officers in the U.S. Army. They handle troops ranging from platoon to company level. Second Lieutenant, 01. Second Lieutenants are the most junior rank for commissioned officers. While they're often considered entry level, they lead a platoon of 16 to 44 soldiers, and a platoon sergeant as the second in command. First Lieutenant, 02. They've been in the service for 18 to 24 months. On top of leading specialized weapons platoons, they head indirect fire computation centers. They are often selected to be executive officer of a company-sized unit. Captain, 03. They serve as unit commanders for a company composed of 3 to 5 platoons or 60 to 200 soldiers. They work with principal NCOs leading skills instruction at Army combat training centers. Captains are also often chosen as staff officers of a battalion. Field grade officers play a huge leadership role in the U.S. Army. They hold considerable responsibilities, such as advisors, instructors, and leaders of most military operations. Major, 04. Majors serve as the task force commander and staff officer at a brigade-level unit. They play a key role in the Army's personnel, intelligence, signal, logistical, and operational missions. Lieutenant Colonel, 05. They oversee battalion-level units of 300 to 1,000 soldiers. They work closely with Command Sergeant Majors as the principal NCO assistants for combat arms, combat support, and combat service support. Lieutenant Colonels also serve as staff officers at division and higher. Colonel, 06. They are responsible for brigade-level operations composed of 3 or more battalions or 1,500 to 3,200 soldiers. Colonels serve as staff officers at corps and higher. Colonels have a unique rank insignia reflecting an eagle. Coming up, we have general officers. They have the most military powers in the U.S. Army. They operate on a star rank structure. The higher the number of stars, the higher the rank. Brigadier General, 07. Brigadier Generals serve as deputy commanders of a Major General. Together, they oversee division-level units. Brigadier Generals are responsible for planning and coordinating personnel in a division. Major General, 08. They have a 2-star rank insignia, showing their lead command at division-level units of 10,000 to 16,000 soldiers. They perform tactical operations for sustained battles and engagements of the U.S. Army. Lieutenant General, 09. Lieutenant Generals lead one of the biggest units in the U.S. Army. They lead corps comprising 2 to 5 divisions or 20,000 to 40,000 soldiers. Lieutenant Generals are responsible for command, control, and logistical support, often assisted by a Command Sergeant Major. General, 010. Generals have the most seniority among general commissioned officers. With over 30 years in service, they command Field Army, Army Group, and Army Region composed of up to 1 million personnel. Then we have the General of the Army, which is reserved only during wartime. They serve as the commanding officer to create, implement, and order strategies for other lower-ranked soldiers. The last officers to hold this rank served during and immediately following World War II. Finally, we have General of the Armies, also referred to as a 6-star general and is the highest rank in the U.S. Army. There is no official insignia for this rank. The rank has been conferred only 3 times. John J. Pershing was the first person to be given the rank in 1919. The rank was created for him following his distinguished service in World War I. In 1976, George Washington was posthumously promoted to this rank as part of the U.S. bicentennial celebrations. And most recently, Ulysses S. Grant was posthumously promoted in 2022. Regardless of rank, every soldier has a significant role in the total Army mission. If you're interested in learning more about Army ranks, visit army.mil/ranks. Don't forget to stay tuned to our channel for more Army 101 content coming your way.
That's it. That's the end of the video. But don't worry, there's more just like it. Do yourself a favor, hit that subscribe button below to watch more U.S. Army content. And when you're done with that, drop and give me 20.
Managing finances can be hard. Did you know the Army has several resources available for soldiers and family members who want to be more financially stable? Today, we'd like to share everything you need to know about financial readiness resources available to soldiers and family members. Financial literacy is important and can directly impact mission readiness. If soldiers can take care of their financial means, they can take care of their families and allow them to focus on their mission and work performance. And we want to enable soldiers to succeed at life. Service members are required to take financial readiness program training at key milestones in their careers that will enable them to make informed decisions on what to do with their finances. But there are many more tools available. Army Community Service also offers free, confidential counseling services, education, and emergency assistance with credentialed financial counselors, and can assist you with money management training. Want to plan and invest for the future? Then the Thrift Savings Plan may be for you. It's a retirement savings and investment plan for federal employees and members of the uniformed services. The government will even match some of your contributions if you're under the blended retirement system. For more information, visit www.tsp.gov. Army Emergency Relief can also provide financial assistance through zero-interest loans, grants, and scholarships. Visit financialfrontline.org to learn important financial management skills through interactive tools, videos, and resources. Resources for leaders are also available in the Economic Security Toolkit on financialfrontline.org, where leaders can learn how to support the financial needs of your soldiers to support mission readiness. Learn about spending plans, reducing debt, the blended retirement system, and so much more. There are 4 ways you can get connected to these resources. 1. Go to financialfrontline.org and click through the self-help products and resources. 2. Call Military OneSource at 1-800-342-9647 for more information or immediate assistance with financial matters. 3. Visit your local Army Community Service Center and see a financial counselor. And 4. If you're not near an installation, know this. All active duty, National Guard, and Reserve service members, their family members, and survivors are eligible to receive no-cost financial counseling services. You are welcome to work with any PFC, regardless of the service branch affiliation listed. Use the PFC locator at https://finred.usalearning.gov/PFC-map to find the nearest location. Training's available online, face-to-face on your installation, or group training with a credentialed financial counselor. One of the Army's initiatives is amplifying its financial readiness resources. This initiative aims to provide soldiers and their families with comprehensive support. The Army provides all these tools and resources so soldiers and their families can better assess and understand their financial well-being.
Position in the military. Yes, drill sergeant. I will never quit. In a single file. I will never leave a fallen comrade.
There's no prouder tradition than serving in the United States Army. And basic combat training is your first step to becoming a respected member in the profession of arms. Soldier training is demanding, both physically and mentally. But in the end, you'll feel a sense of accomplishment that you'll carry for the rest of your life. During this 10-week training process, you'll learn important Army values, traditions, and skills, such as teamwork, discipline, proper military dress, land navigation, rappelling, and weapons handling.
The Army has 4 basic combat training locations, including Fort Moore, Georgia, Fort Jackson, South Carolina, Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, and Fort Sill, Oklahoma. Your training location is determined by your specific Army job, which you'll learn in the Advanced Individual Training phase. And those trainees on track to become officers will go on to Officer Candidate School at Fort Moore after completing their basic training.
For all trainees, most nights are spent in the barracks, and every recruit is assigned a bunk and a locker. The only times you don't stay in the barracks is during an overnight field exercise. 3 hot meals are provided each day during basic training at the On-Post Dining Facility, or DFAC. The DFAC offers a variety of nutritious food, which will help keep you energized during your tough physical training. Phone calls are limited during basic training and are at the discretion of the drill sergeant. Packages with treats and snacks are discouraged. However, letters between family and trainees are highly encouraged.
After you arrive at your designated training location, you'll spend your first several days in reception. Here you'll fill out paperwork to start getting paid, receive physical exams and immunizations, get a haircut if you're male, and you'll be issued your Army uniform and other personal items. Once you complete reception, you'll move to your training company and meet the drill sergeants who will train and mentor you until graduation.
Your first week in the training company is called Yellow Phase. During this phase, you are introduced to military customs and courtesies, discipline, the Army ethic, values, Army history, physical readiness training, and performance optimization.
As a drill sergeant, I'm here to coach, teach, and mentor. I teach trainees the basics, whether it be shooting, moving, communicating. They learn the basics
I feel as though I'm kind of taking a child and molding them into something that they join the Army to be. And usually that's to better themselves. They coming into the Army to discipline themselves as well, to learn a new career path, something of that sort. So it's my job to show them a new way of life.
After recruits complete yellow phase, they enter their next phase of training, called red phase, which lasts about 3 weeks. Here, you'll learn the fundamentals and traditions of being a professional soldier, including the warrior ethos and the soldier's creed. This phase includes daily physical training and other physical tasks, such as the confidence course, team development course, rappel tower, and MBC chamber.
This is where you start your fitness transformation. The Army Combat Fitness Test is administered, so you will see how you do on your first PT test. This will consist of a deadlift, standing power throw, push-ups, a sprint drag carry, the plank, and a 2-mile run. And you'll learn basic soldier tasks like how to pack and load your rucksack and clean your issued weapon.
The hardest part of red phase for me was definitely adjusting living with about 40 people in a bay, ranging from ages 18 to almost 40, and different cultures and backgrounds and ethnicities.
Learning to work together as a team, it can definitely be one of the biggest challenges in red phase.
After red phase, you'll enter white phase. This phase lasts about 2 weeks and increases the level of fitness training and your soldiering skills, including how to set a perimeter, hand-to-hand combat drills, basic rifle marksmanship, first aid, and land navigation. It's through training such as this that you start to come together as a team and practice the leadership, resiliency, and teamwork skills you're learning. At the same time, you're gaining a new confidence.
You don't have to be the strongest or the fastest. You just have to be mentally ready, and you have to push yourself through and be your own support.
Every day you're going to have to give it everything you got. This isn't an easy thing to do. It's a choice to leave your job, leave your family. But ultimately, I think just paving the way for the future is important, and showing your family that you can do whatever you set your mind to if you're really willing to put in the work.
It's all mental, and you have to constantly tell yourself like you will get through it and you will complete basic training, because that's what's going to keep you at the end of the day.
The last phase, blue phase, is about 3 weeks long and completes your transformation from civilian to soldier. During this phase, you'll learn advanced marksmanship, the proper way to throw grenades, and maneuvering techniques. You're trained to engage targets and learn how to operate and move as a small team. The end of blue phase culminates in a nighttime infiltration exercise. And a 10-mile road march. This time is also where you
where you'll take your final PT test for graduation. But this time also includes Family Day in addition to the graduation ceremony itself. You'll also spend time out processing and preparing for the next phase of your Army career, which is your advanced individual training.
I've learned that I always have to put the team first no matter what, and that selfless service is the most important thing a soldier can do.
It's a great learning experience. It instills discipline, and I think it's overall really beneficial for society as a whole.
Basic training is not going to be easy. It's not made to be easy. The drill sergeants are going to be hard on you. That's our job. That's what we're supposed to do. Do not take it personal. Take it as a learning experience and constantly tell yourself that you can do it and you will do it.
There's no denying that basic combat training is tough, but you'll find that becoming a valued member of the world's greatest army is one of your life's major accomplishments, and the skills you learn will be ones you use for the rest of your life. It's also your first step in a career as a soldier. Learning tough physical and mental skills, as well as nurturing your leadership abilities, will create limitless opportunities as you move forward in Army training. Join us and discover untapped possibilities.
Welcome to U.S. Army Ranks Part 2. Who are adaptive technical experts, combat leaders, trainers, and advisors? If you guessed warrant officers, then you're right. Warrant officers can and do command detachments, units, activities, vessels, aircraft, and armored vehicles, as well as lead, coach, train, and counsel subordinates. However, the warrant officer's primary task is to serve as a technical expert, providing valuable skills, guidance, and expertise to commanders and organizations in their particular field. There are 5 ranks for warrant officers. Let's take a look. Warrant Officer 1, WO1, is the base-level rank technical expert in their field and is appointed by warrant from the Secretary. Officer of the Army. Through progressive levels of expertise and assignments, training, and education, the warrant officer administers, manages, maintains, operates, and integrates systems and equipment across the full spectrum of operations. If you're interested in learning more about Army ranks, visit army.mil/ranks. Don't forget to stay tuned for Part 3 on Officer. Ranks. What do they mean? What's it all about? Let's find out in this 3-part episode. Army ranks provide a system of leadership that indicates a soldier's level of expertise, responsibility, and authority inside that profession. First, let's talk about the enlisted ranks. Enlisted soldiers are the foundation of the Army. They have specific specialties within an Army unit, perform specific job functions, and have the knowledge that ensures the success of their unit's current mission within the Army. There are 13 ranks. You'll notice that each rank has an E number. This denotes their pay grade. Private, E1, is the most junior rank. Most soldiers receive this rank during basic combat training. This rank does not carry an insignia. Private E2 is the second most junior rank and the first promotion most enlisted soldiers can earn after completing basic combat training. The private's job is to apply the new skills and knowledge learned during basic training and to continue to learn how to follow orders given by their higher-ranked supervisors. Private First Class, E3. Soldiers are generally promoted to this level within a year by request of a supervisor. Their primary role is to carry out orders and complete missions. Specialist E4. Specialists can manage other lower-ranked enlisted soldiers. A soldier can be promoted to this rank after serving a minimum of 2 years and attending a training class. Recruits with a 4-year degree may enter basic combat training as a specialist. Corporal E4. Corporals are the base level of the non-commissioned officer or NCO ranks. They serve as team leader of the smallest Army unit and are responsible for individual training, personal appearance, and cleanliness of soldiers. Sergeant E5. Sergeants typically lead a fire team of around 5 soldiers. Sergeants oversee soldiers in their daily tasks and are expected to set a standard for lower-ranked soldiers to live up to. Staff Sergeant E6. Staff sergeants lead a squad made up of 8 to 16 soldiers. Often, staff sergeants will have 1 or more sergeants under his or her leadership. They are responsible for developing, maintaining, and using the full range of a soldier's potential. Sergeant First Class E7. As key assistants and advisors to platoon leaders, Sergeants First Class generally have 10 to 15 years of Army experience. Master Sergeant E8. Master Sergeants are the principal non-commissioned officers at the battalion level and higher. First Sergeant E8. First Sergeants are the lifeblood of a company. They're providers, disciplinarians, and counselors. In addition, they also instruct other sergeants, advise the commander, and help train all enlisted soldiers as well as assist officers at the company level. Sergeant Major E9. Sergeants Major are the subject matter expert in their technical field, primary advisor on policy development and analytical reviewer of regulatory guidance. They serve as the senior enlisted advisor to primary staff officers at the battalion or higher. Command Sergeant Major E9. Command Sergeants Major are senior enlisted advisors to the commanding officer. They carry out policies and standards and advise the commander on the performance, training, appearance, and conduct of enlisted soldiers.
Their opinions matter.
Sergeant Major of the Army, E9. There is only one Sergeant Major of the Army. The SMA oversees all non-commissioned officers. This position serves as the senior enlisted advisor and consultant to the Chief of Staff of the Army. If you're interested in learning more about Army ranks, visit army.mil/ranks. Don't forget to stay tuned for Part 2 on Warrant Officer ranks.
It has been 1 year since the Army established the Future Soldier Preparatory Course, helping prospective soldiers overcome physical and academic barriers to service and meet or exceed the Army's enlistment standards. Over the past year, more than 12,300 students have attended the course, with more than 8,800 already graduating and moving on to basic combat training. Students in the academic track have increased their ASVAB score by an average of 18.5 points, while students in the fitness track are losing an average of 1.7% body fat each week. Both tracks have a graduation rate of 95%, and to date, graduates have received more than $15.5 million in bonuses.
I joined the Army because I wanted a new experience and also to better myself both physically and mentally.
I kind of suck at taking tests. I get nervous and things like that. It kind of put pressure on me.
I'm actually an example of someone who didn't lose any weight but lost body fat percentage and inches. So they tell you right off the bat it's not a weight loss program, and that's true.
I started my ASVAB score with a 38 and my MOS was 91 Bravo, which is a wheeled mechanic. I was able to increase my score by a 90, and I changed my job to a 68 Whiskey, which is a combat medic, and had a bonus of 7,500 with airborne school.
I have seen positive results. I've lost an inch of my waist. I lost about like 10 pounds, and I feel like I'm constantly getting stronger every day.
Not only does it teach you about fitness and nutrition, but also like how to address drill sergeants, just how to be a soldier versus a civilian.
I feel good. I feel accomplished. After being here for about 4 months, I feel like this is something that's really good for me and that I improve a lot over these last 4 months from being in the civilian world to the Army world.
Sets you up with literally the formula for success. You just have to be open-minded and trust yourself and do it.
I would tell them if they have any doubts about joining to ask themselves, do they not want to join because they know they can't do it or because they're comfortable in where they are now and don't want to take up the challenge?
To learn more about the Future Soldier Preparatory Course and how you can be all you can be, visit GoArmy.com or your local recruiting station today.
The Army has published a new tape test policy based on findings and recommendations from its recent comprehensive body composition study. The policy is effective immediately and will now use a more consistent and accurate body circumference-based tape method to estimate soldiers' body fat. The new methodology only requires taping at one site and uses a corresponding calculation model for all soldiers. The multi-site circumference-based tape method will be phased out over the next year. For the next 12 months, soldiers who require a tape test will take the one-site test. Those who fail the one-site method are authorized to be measured by the multi-site tape method for their confirmation test, as prescribed in Army Regulation 600-9, the Army Body Composition Program, also known as the ABCP. Soldiers who fail the initial and confirmation assessments can request a supplemental body fat assessment via the Dual Energy X-ray Absorptiometry DXA in Body 770 or BODPOD. After the 12-month period from the date of this directive, the one-site tape test will be the only authorized circumference-based tape method. The new policy is intended to increase the readiness of the force by giving soldiers a more accurate assessment of their health and fitness and increasing their knowledge of available health resources to measure body composition. This change is a result of data collected from the Comprehensive Body Composition Study and is an example of how the Army is changing the way we train, develop, and care for our most important asset, our soldiers. The Army will continue to use the data from this study to help inform other potential modifications to the Army Body Composition Program, ABCP. The Army is fully committed to ensuring leaders across the force have the resources and training they need to implement the new updates to the ABCP.
Airborne is designed to deliver a large amount of soldiers to a point in the ground behind the enemy lines in order to seize airfields and other key points of terrain in order for the tactical mission to be executed. Most soldiers come to airborne school and they will have a fear of heights. I myself have a fear of heights. However, through repetition, through the equipment that we use and the familiarization of the equipment, you become accustomed to it, as well as have a trust in your equipment that allows you to safely exit the aircraft when we come here. So it's important to enforce the standards and enforce the basic discipline because this is a high-risk training environment. Airborne operations is a high risk inherently. We want to ensure that the jumpers can not only execute the training to safely deliver them to the ground, such as proper body position, proper landings, but also to ensure that they control their static line, not only for their own safety, but for the other jumpers in the air. That way we can minimize the risk of this operation to the fullest. The mock tower teaches how to exit a group of paratroopers. I'm proud to contribute to the heritage that we have here. Proud to contribute to the heritage that we have here.
Have you ever wondered what the Army is all about? Well, listen up and let's find out. The U.S. Army is one of the largest and most respected military organizations in the world. But what exactly is the Army responsible for, and what are the differences between its components? First, let's talk about the active Army. This is the full-time component of the Army responsible for maintaining combat readiness and defending our nation. There are two paths in active duty. There's the Army National Guard. Like the Army Reserve, these soldiers serve part-time, but they're also under the control of their state's governor. This means they can be called up for state emergencies like natural disasters, as well as federal missions. The Army and its different components, visit GoArmy.com. And don't forget to stay tuned to our channel for more Army 101 content coming your way.
That's it. That's the end of the video. But don't worry, there's more just like it. Do yourself a favor, hit that subscribe button below to watch more U.S. Army content. And when you're done with that, drop and give me 20.
As infantry soldiers, you have the ability and the training to fight in the heat of the desert, the Arctic tundra, the mountains and the valleys, and the jungles.
You're going to turn your main parachute in.
It is the infantry who is called to fight.